So our vision is to do real-time change detection based on satellite imagery, a real-time Google Earth that is not only searchable by location, but searchable by time. And not only populated with high-definition imagery, what about video? You can see the video, the street before that, you can see the plume from the factory. You can actually get a measure of efficiency of power plants by looking at the plume from the factory. So a lot of really cool stuff that you can do from satellites. But to do it, you need to be able to build a satellite for a very small fraction of that $850 million. Like, how about 10? Okay, how about dropping it by well over an order of magnitude? And to be able to get imagery where you can actually, up in the top, you can see that's actually a Skybox satellite image of a ship, a container ship in the Panama Canal, so that you can actually count things that matter to the economy. You want to be able to see things that are, at least this big, so it's called 7-meter resolution. Now, we can't see people, so don't worry about what you're doing in your backyard, because we can't see you. But we can count cars in parking lots. We can look at containers on ships and the like, and be able to get that quality of imagery out of a very small package takes really significant innovation. And these are the 4 founders that put it together. I think a lot of your students out there, 4 students at Stanford, actually came up with the Skybox business plan as a class project. So Skybox grew from those 4. We were recently acquired by Google. Didn't mention that, but just a couple of months ago, Google acquired Skybox. I'll talk a bit about that. But it takes a lot of people to do that. And I think the challenge that our founders had after a couple of years was just the difficulty in actually making this happen. Because there's so many technologies that had to come together. And frankly, a lot of what happens in the real world, you just can't learn in school. So there's a tremendous amount of value in bringing in some gray hair or not hair, depending on how you look at it, to really help it come together. In fact, what you don't see in this group was a group of, in this photo, was a group of 10 very, very experienced executives that we put together. We called them our technical advisory group. And they were guys that had been in the satellite imagery industry most of their career, and they understood kind of where a lot of the problems lie.
Survivorship bias in the coverage of startups. So the unicorns get a lot of coverage, but they're incredibly hard to actually, there's not many of them. So I kind of wanted to, I'm going to be sort of the Debbie Downer presentation of the day. And I'm, because I'm not very eloquent, I'm going to use mostly graphs, and I'll let them kind of do the talking for me. So a little bit about us. We are a National Science Foundation-backed company. Otherwise, we are proudly what I call revenue funded, so we haven't taken outside investment. We basically provide predictive analytics into emerging companies, emerging industries, etc. We have a bunch of customers, and a couple of them are listed below. People like us. All right. So this is the topic. We get media, like people calling us all the time. And, how many saw the funding to Yo? The Yo app, right? So when a company like Yo gets funded, like the media call us like crazy, and they're like, "Is there a bubble? Is there a bubble?" Right? So it's like, it's a very knee-jerk kind of response. And then they see a company like Slack get funding last week, and they go crazy, saying like, "Oh, this company's got like $5 million in revenue. How are they $1 billion company?" But everybody's obsessed with unicorns, so I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So this is the number of new U.S. billion-dollar tech financing rounds that have happened. And so you notice, it kind of, per quarter, there used to be sort of 1 to 4. And then all of a sudden in Q1, there were 11, right? So like something changed, whether it makes any sense is to be determined, but something obviously changed. So, there's a lot of money flowing into private companies right now. So, we tend not to say it's a bubble right now, but it is frothy.